Well, what's going on, guys? This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 3, episode 5. So, like a few weeks ago, Cloud9 ended up firing LS actually. And you know how everyone was just pretty much in shock about what happened? Well, the same thing pretty much just happened with TSM. It's just like, I don't know how some of these like LCS teams have just been going back and forth with like all of this like drama in general. Like holy fucking shit. But I want to make sure I make an announcement to you guys here is I need to just everyone in the group chat is fucking ridiculous. Holy shit. I'm turning up my notifications, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Jeez. Like, dude, people in the group chat just keep fucking going back and forth all the time. It's like, oh my lord. I was trying to like fucking do my prep for League of Legends, and then people in the fucking group chat are just like going off like just nonstop and shit. It's like, holy fuck, man. Okay, so if you guys actually want LEC stuff, we will be having LEC stuff next week. I had a lot to do this week, and I just didn't have the overall time to really press down on like the LEC. But we did do our LEC episode previously. So episode 4 of the Cloud9 podcast for season 3 has our LEC covering the LEC 2022 Spring Split regular season, where we talk about literally every single team. We go over games. We pretty much cover it all. Now, for this next week coming up for the Cloud9 podcast, we will have our very own LEC 2022 Spring Split all-pro teams, the 3 teams, MVP and MIP. And, we'll have that. I know the official LEC already put theirs out, but, I want to make sure I have mine out. We do these pretty much every single year since I started doing these things. It's always really, really fun to do, overall. And yeah, this episode is mostly just going to be, focused on, LCS actually. I got a chance to, catch up on a lot of the LCS games that I didn't get a chance to, watch overall. The Team Liquid and Flyquest game. Holy fucking shit. That was a ride. That was a complete ride. A ride of throwing, actually. What's up, Matthew? How you doing? What's up, Tony? How you doing, man? I managed to pass by because it's still early in EU. Oh, really? Holy shit. It's still early over there? Fuck, dude. It's 4 o'clock almost where I'm at right now. But yeah, if you guys are watching this, this is just going to be pretty much pure LCS and, covering, the TSM situation. Now, I don't really know what's going specifically on with that. I watched, there was a Double Lift clip on YouTube where I watched a bit of it. Then I watched, the Four Horsemen, video podcast that was on Inside on Esports with Monte Cristo and Thorin. I watched that one. So there's a lot to really speculate right there. But the only actual true thing that could come out of this is what the fuck has been going on with TSM? Like what the hell has been going on with TSM to the point where Spica literally tweeted about, I would say 5 minutes before that actual post from TSM came out, where he said every day is a banger at TSM. He ain't lying, actually. He is not lying. How are you guys? I just got off work, actually. I literally just got off work, just got home. I plan on watching X tonight in the theaters with a friend. I'm going to watch X, and next week I'm going to watch Morbius, and then the week after that I'm going to watch the Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That's what I have planned overall for the next few weeks. So essentially kind of like right when I get off work, for the next couple of weeks, I'll just come home, take a quick shower, and then, start up the Cloud9 podcast, because I want to make sure you guys get these, every single week. That's why I ended up taking off the specific time frame for it, because like if I can't match a specific time, then I'll just set a time that I think is just the best for me overall, so I had that ended up happening. So yeah, for sure, you guys will be getting the Cloud9 podcast on Thursday, but it won't be a specific time. Whatever time it's set, during that day when I, plan my content, because I usually plan my content, a week in advance. That way I kind of know what's going to be going on. I'll set this for Thursday. Whatever time it's set is the time you get it. I'll most likely have it between 3:30 and 4, but that's not a set actual time. It's just going to be, whenever I could just get it in for you guys. Yeah, he sold Sword Art's car and didn't give him his money. Keck W. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I saw that part of the story. Like, he sold Sword Art's car for, like, what, 80K, and he didn't give him his money. So, to me, this story just seems like it's someone who's just in debt from maybe gambling. Maybe he's given money to, like, OnlyFans bitches, like, in fucking China. I don't fucking know, honestly. But all signs like this essentially point to, like, just being in debt. In debt, for one, because people who are in debt, a common trait is that they'll ask to borrow money, and then they'll tell a story to someone, and they'll tell a different story to someone else. And then they'll think that the people that they told the different stories to won't necessarily catch on. But it turns out, given how life generally works, people talk to each other, and then people come to find out, this person ended up lying to me, and if the person never gives them their money back, it's just how it works. Personally, for me, I don't really loan out money. The last time I loaned out money was to my little brother. His car was about to get impounded, and he needed like $60 to get it out. This was back in like 2017. This was literally the week of the finals for when Jensen forgot to press Zanya's, and Cloud9 lost to TSM in that grueling best of 5 that Cloud9 went through. So yeah, literally that was the weekend that happened for my brother, and I loaned him like $60, and yeah, he paid me back the following week, actually. And yeah, every time I loaned out money, I never really got it back, and there was a certain point in time where I literally just stopped doing it. Like, I just stopped doing it overall. I don't know, Sean, I don't know if you ever have any experiences with that, just loaning out money to friends and they said they're going to pay you back. Like, at a certain point, for me, I simply just went like, okay, this is just a donation to someone, apparently,
Yeah, just, God. I don't know what to say. Holy fuck.
Well, have you ever just loaned out money to a friend and they say they're going to pay you back like in a week or so, or in 2 weeks when they get paid, and never get it back?
Well, I have loaned out money before, and they have always given it back to me.
Okay.
The only time that haven't happened is with the again, I cut out my fucking shitty parents from my life like years ago, and yeah, they would like take money from me and spend it on drugs. And to the point where they owed $80,000 for me, and I threatened them at one point to just take them to court. They didn't give me the money, and then they eventually did. And then after I got my money, I just said bye.
How much money were they trying to take from you, or you let them borrow?
Well, no, it was just over the years, and
just kept piling
they said, oh, we need this, we'll pay you back. No, they were never gonna plan to. They just wanted it for drugs.
Did you just do it just because they were your parents? You just hope to think they were gonna do it eventually out of some goodness in their heart?
Yeah, but then when I was like 17, then I was like, yeah, no. Yeah, they just wanted it for like shit, like drugs, like
So they're the only people that you've loaned out money to that they've never paid you back. But if you loaned out to a friend, they paid you back. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I know what people to trust with it. I'm not an idiot. Like, I know what people are sketchy. I know what people are trustworthy. Like, yeah, I have like a good idea of it. But for somebody who doesn't have a good idea of it, yeah, just don't bother. Just like tell them like you need to like do something like in return, like like how do you say it? Like I don't know, just try to get something back in return. Like if they have something that means a lot, if they have something that but if it's somebody you don't trust fully, but you still do it, then I'm saying like if you go to your house, they have something means a lot to them, just say, if you want the money, then you'll have to give me that, and then you'll get it back once you pay me back, or else I'm keeping it. Then that's a good way, it's sort of like what they did in schools before, where somebody would ask for something from a teacher and they'd be like, okay, give me one of your shoes.
Yeah, like I learned that trick. They said if you ever borrow more, if you have a person that you know that borrows money from you, borrow something of theirs. So like my brother's ex, if they ever had a friend that asked for money from them, she would ask to borrow their food stamp card. So if they wanted their money back, if they wanted their food stamp card back, they would have to give them the money back. Otherwise, you don't get food. So that was another way. I've actually liked that way before. It's just, for me, I just always believed in the good in people, and that's always just been a fucking horrible thing I've always did, no matter what. And I just always hope they pay me back. At a certain point, I just stopped doing it, unless you're just honestly a mate, like a person that I can like severely trust, then I don't really do it, or if I do it and they say they're gonna pay me back, I'm just like, nope, don't pay me back. You don't got to do it. Just it's a donation, what was it gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah, just don't pay me back. It's all good, things just happen no matter what. You know what I mean? Like it happens. I'm not someone that cares. Like money comes and goes anyway. That's just how I think about it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't care as much about that with some people, but like again, not that I've had any experiences with it, but I know some of my friends have. However, it's fine if like that's the case. However, don't lie about it though. When you lie about it, like you say something like, no, I'll pay you back, and then after 3 months, because they kept saying that, so then you're just like remind them like, okay, so about that money, and then they act entitled like, oh, you're still bitching about those people can just like jump off a fucking bridge. All right, I'll just grab a fucking knife and fucking slit all their throats. Like those people can go to hell. Sean, those people can go right to fucking hell. They don't deserve to live, but otherwise, I can understand that with MSK.
Like that's just for me personally. Like if someone asks to borrow money, I'm like, hey, it's not a borrow, it's to help you out. That way I don't set myself up for disappointment. Whether the person uses that money for good or not doesn't matter. It's not my money anymore. It's yours. I willingly gave it to you. It's my own. It's not my personal fault anymore. That's on you. Now, the thing here is like people who are generally in debt will keep on borrowing money. And that's the thing is like, if they didn't pay you back the first time, why would someone loan you money the second time if they didn't pay you back the first time? That's a common thing too. Yeah, like that's what a lot of people go through too, is like they'll loan money out to a friend who didn't pay them back the first time, or they barely paid them back at the very last minute, and they'll loan them out money again only to not get the money back. It's like, what the fuck? I get it. You want to trust people. I get it. All right. We have the Peter Zhang interview right here that what was his name? Richard Lewis actually did. So let me go to it. There's 2 interviews. There's the one with
swear to God, if I see Reggie in real life, you're gonna have to hold me back from punching him in the face like 50 times until he goes into a fucking coma.
We have some juicy shit. So 3 hours ago, Peter Zhang actually put out a twit longer focusing on this situation, actually. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't right I'm just saying it wasn't right what they did it from like what I saw, but I'm just gonna say out of a coach, just a fully like a coaching thing or whatever, it's a good move. Just I can't believe that guy even was employed. He's such a garbage fucking coach. Holy fuck. So in that area, if it was just out of just a coaching thing, then I would understand it. But I mean, it wasn't. So
it's one of those things where, like, I never really thought of this guy as a good coach. I remember he coached for Team Liquid. I don't even think he had that much like success with the roster. Like that roster had success not because of him.
Yeah,
like,
not because of him. The draft was the worst part.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
He was in TSM for a very long time. He got a chance to actually legitimately be the head coach of a few TSM rosters, and he just completely failed with them. This is when Bjergsen was on TSM as well. It's just like, I never really saw him as like a good coach in general, But if he was good with the players and that's what they really liked about him, I think that's always good. I think he was more suited for Academy. That's what I always thought he was suited for. He was just better suited for Academy. That's it. Let me pull up the Richard Lewis Dexterdo article to really bring you guys full context on both situations. Oh my god, fuck. Richard Lewis Dexterdo. Peter Zang. Did this shock you as much as the LS one, actually?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
Let me see.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to see.
Give me a sec. It's loading right now. Okay, Dexterta League of Legends. Okay, so this is the one by Richard Lewis. We'll have this one, and then we'll have Peter Zhang's Twit Longer that he literally just put out. Let me go and see what he said on his Twit Longer. Okay. Let's see where he's saying. Okay. Peter Zhang saying, okay. Come on. Okay, here we go. Now we have his side of the story. Okay, so we're going to go and cover two sides of this, guys. Then we'll have to talk about the games and the league itself. Because, TSM is always in drama. Whether or not they want to be in drama is irrelevant. TSM just always is in some shit. They're just always in some shit, dude.
Okay, so no matter what. Just off topic, this fucking idiot on Twitter, I replied to him, and then he replied back saying, I didn't tell you to speak. So then I just replied, and your mother meant to swallow.
What the fuck?
So read it out. Are you going to screen
share? Yeah, give me 1 sec. Yeah, okay. I'm going to just bring up the rest of the stuff that we're going to need.
Yeah, just TSM's my favorite sitcom, all right?
Isn't TSM your favorite team? You always root for them, didn't you not?
Oh, yeah. I really hope Reggie wins the off season next year. I hope his wallet's okay.
Reginald should win the Oscars for best fucking owner, dude. For any LCS team.
Yeah, well, he is a good actor. Holy fuck,
dude! I don't know, man. Why is TSM always in drama? They just can't escape it. It's just their destiny to be in fucking drama no matter what.
Whatever. Hopefully, listen. Just to say one of my friends worked for TSM in the past, and I'm just saying I was joking around with like Mexican cartel drug shit before, but there is some sketchy stuff that has gone on there. So all I'm gonna say is I can't fucking legally say it, or I would actually get fucking sued. But let's just
holy shit!
But you motherfucker, you better not. You better hope no one finds out what we know you're fucking doing, you motherfucker, Reginald. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sean's gonna get us in trouble. We're all gonna be dead.
Yeah,
we're just all gonna die.
You better hope that nobody fucking reveals what you've been doing.
Sean, you wanna have a hug? You want a hug or something, buddy?
And also, there's a chance that that Jack might be partly involved as well, just to let you know.
Oh Lord, I think Sean. Okay, Sean, you're scaring me. Am I gonna get whacked by the cartel after this?
Yeah, listen, let's not talk about it anymore. But yeah, just you better hope. But anyway,
I'm just gonna get whacked by the cartel. So thank you, Sean, for setting me up for that.
I mean, my friend went to like a wedding in Mexico with like a friend's wedding, and then like one of his buddies was like drunk and then mocking the Mexican cartel. So then they just brought out guns and then like held him at gunpoint and with knives and shit, and then just told him to empty out his bank account. Fucking idiot.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna get that thumbnail ready for the next video I have. And let's put that there. Let's put that there. All right, let's get into this. So, Peter Zhang was fired from TSM for apparently a huge conflict of interest. Now, TSM, of all people, should not be talking about a conflict of interest at all, no matter what. They literally got a player who was actually banging their president literally in 2020. I don't know if TSM is the right judge of a conflict of interest.
Yeah, like again,
I don't know about that.
The summer 2020 is officially just revoked. It didn't happen now because that move shouldn't have went through, which means that they shouldn't have won the split, and Cloud9 should have went to World still. So that whole year is just erased from the history books now. Fuck them.
It's one of these things where, like, why is TSM of all people suddenly the beacon of a conflict of interest. Like, what the fuck? Get the hell out of here.
Well, I mean, because there's like a million 5-year-olds that say so. I mean, we have to believe them. Like, holy fucking shit! Some guy was like, "Oh, TSM haters." When I just said that Tactical 100% did not deserve Player of the Week, then I just replied to him saying, "Yeah, sorry, nobody cares about fucking." Nobody cares about fucking what's the word again? Irrelevant TSM anymore to actually hate on them.
You know what's actually
so triggered,
dude? You know what's actually fucking crazy? I don't know how the league is ran like this. This doesn't make any sense. How the fuck could TSM be eligible for playoffs? Yeah. They've been horrible. Now, to be fair, guys, it's still very unlikely they don't make it because there's a lot of scenarios that have to play out their way to make it. Yeah. But the fact that they're even eligible to make it is ridiculous. Like, holy shit. And then it was so cringe to see people go, yeah, TSM, they beat Cloud9. Yeah, Cloud9, you're trash. I mean, TSM, the team that's been fucking us apparently like 1-9. Like the past, I don't know, 3
weeks. Off. That literally whole game was just fucking Cloud9 and Tim Blabber was like,
Blabber's brain was off.
It was like, you guys seem sad. Here, I'll int Summit's lane. Here, I'll give you guys Drake. Here, I'll give you guys Baron. Here, I'll give you guys the win. I hope that makes you feel better. Love playing in NA. So fun. We old friends. That was the game for you. And then the second game was fucking against the one team in the league worse than them. And they still almost didn't win. It was off of another choke by the other team.
Oh my God.
And if Tactical had the most average performance in history, he was just a shitty ADC who was just like, his team did all the work and he was just there to do his job, just clean up whatever while his team carried him. And he got fucking Player of the Week. And he didn't even get a Player of the Game. Again, the one time they go 2-0 from a fluke, they're like, yeah, let's fucking dick ride them now for Reggie. Fuck yeah, let's give Tactical. It's like, what the fuck?
Dude, what's so crazy about TSM? Because, like, they have, 4 wins right now? They have 4 wins, right? What's so crazy about TSM is 2 of their wins come from Immortals who threw both times against them. Revenge threw the first time, and then the whole Immortals team threw the second time. So they're like, oh, okay, Revenge, you played pretty bad against TSM. We did need to lose that game. We should have won that game. No biggie. Throws happen. Then you watch the Immortals TSM game. You're sitting there going like, Immortals, oh my God, you can play early game. Good job. You win. It's over. This is go home. Just wrap it up. Just get out of here. It's done. Game's over. Nope. Apparently they just want to throw. And we'll talk about that game. Oh my Lord, Immortals, mercy on my soul. How can you throw that hard? What in the holy fuck? Oh Lord, mercy on my soul, Immortals. Please, please, please. My brain cannot handle the level of throws that are in the LCS and fucking LEC.
They see those 2 games and they're like, yeah, TSM clearly did the work. They clearly, just
TSM clearly outplayed Immortals. Clearly,
hell
right?
Yeah, they clearly outplayed fucking Cloud9. Hell yeah.
It wasn't like Power of Evil and fucking Xerxes literally went up to top lane when they had no business doing it just to get outplayed and give up the entire advantage.
No,
Speak
they
up,
just
was 0-4.
If I had a jungler,
if I had a jungler that went 0-4 and gave my enemy mid laner almost an item and a half at 15 minutes, I would have just AFK'd that fucking game. I'd be like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm not playing this shit.
What? No, they just outperformed them, man. Come on, they clearly did. And same thing with Cloud9. Okay, they're just a good team now. Like, come on.
Yeah, dude. People in fucking Twitch chat and on Twitter when Cloud9, and because you know how all the teams announce they're playing a game and then they announce that they lose and shit. Mm-hmm. After the game, fucking the people under the fucking Cloud9 thread, they're like, yeah, you guys suck. You lost to TSM. It's like, we're watching the same game, right? Like, I don't think Cloud9 played with their brains intact that game.
Yeah, they forgot their brains that day.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. You guys know me. I don't fucking dick ride my teams. I call shit out when I call shit out. Summon had his worst week by far and away. This was Summon's worst week of the LCS by far. But that was 7 weeks in. We got 7 weeks in with this guy pretty much clapping people. So that guy still should deserve MVP. I'm still saying that.
No, and Blippo played like shit as well this week. So what the fuck?
Dude, that's the thing is your top lane ranking list that you did. I'd actually co-sign on that list myself. Why not switch Someday with Whipple? I think Someday's been way more consistent than Whipple throughout the split.
Yeah,
Someday only had one bad game, and that was on the Jace game he had. He only had one bad game when he played Jace. Don't give Someday Jace, please, please, please. Oh, thank God. Do not give Revenge Jace either. Holy shit, that was bad. Jeez, I wanted to throw myself out
Why is Revenge still in the league? Why is all these fucking top laners still in the league? All right, okay, like Kumo can stay out. Anyone below him, though, should not be in the league.
Oh, shit. K4 Polo, what's up, dude? TSM won 2 games, making them the best team in existence. Let's overhype them. Dude, yeah, other fucking fans were overhyping them and shit like that. I was sitting there going like, what are you crackheads doing? They were horrible
for 6 weeks in a row. Team Liquid. Not wrong. Again, this guy has been overhyped for his whole career. Like, it's ever since he won that fucking esports rookie of the year somehow.
His World Finals appearance.
Even though there were way better rookies, and it was literally, and Licorice was the best player in the whole LCS that year in his rookie year. Blippo was just a good one in his rookie year. And the people are gonna be like, well, wait, they beat Cloud9 3-0 though. Did you watch the game? That wasn't because of Licorice playing bad. Fucking his team ended. Like, did you not see this fucking Sebson scaring on Jarvan just walking under the turret, killing himself? All right, and then Reaper gave him fucking Echo top like 2 out of 3 games. Like, no, that wasn't Blippo. Blippo played shit as well.
Oh my goodness. And then it was so amazing that people said, yeah, Blippo played so good against Licorice. I was like, wait till he faces a top laner who's going to actually cave his shit in, like the Shy.
Mm-hmm.
And that literally happened. A lot of people go, oh yeah, Blippo's so good. I'm like, hey, Blippo's still, without,
Blippo's still great.
I still think it's fine. Right? I think he's still top 3, top lane of the LCS. I'm not saying he's not.
Well, he should be only top 5 if the league was actually stacked, but it isn't.
Dude, this is the thing with Blippo. Is like the thing with the difference between Summit and Blippo is Summit doesn't just do something just to do something. Blippo, if he's in a position, he'll just do something just to do it, whether if it's actually good or bad. It doesn't matter to him. He'll just do it, which costs his team games. You know, and then people want to go and blame Hansama and Core JJ. It's like, what? You know, I'm not a Bjergsen defender on any stretch of imagination. I will not be. I'll almost never defend Bjergsen on anything. But you can't really blame Bjergsen and the rest of his team when their top laner has like fucking Tourette's and then he just fucking runs it down in front of them. Mm-hmm. Like you can't. Like that's not fair.
Yeah. Why would you fucking go on? What's the champion's name again?
He's playing Lucian.
Yeah, why would you fucking go on Lucian again, you motherfucker? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Stop. Holy fuck. And then some actual fucking caster actually tried ranking Blippo first. Like, it's because of his champion pool. It's like, oh, you mean the champion pool where he picks a bunch of random shit and then ints his team the games? Wow, yeah, wow, the variety, good job, yeah, he's definitely number 1 because of that. Good job, yeah. Like, no, fuck off.
Because I wanted to ask you, dude, what did you think about Latigrus' casting? Because you see in a ton of comment sections, now people just say, if Latigrus is casting, I just hit mute. I'm like, holy fuck.
Why?
I mean...
I don't get the hate. What?
I don't get that. Okay, so I didn't.
Her casting is literally like I don't like there are better are there better casters? Yes, obviously. You know, she's just starting out. Like she isn't like Flowers or like some of the EU casters that know the game super well. But like, what's the issue with it? I don't like. It's literally no different than like the most of the any other NA casters. Like it literally some of it is definitely just sexism. Like what the fuck? They just hear a girl's voice.
Yeah.
Literally, like everything she's saying is the exact same as others. Like what the fuck?
No, dude. I 100% agree. It's like why? Like okay, I don't understand people, dude. I don't get people in the scene. People always say we need new people to do certain things because we want to see fresh faces. Then they get new people, and then they bitch and complain that they're new. It's like, what the
moment when she was hired, people were like, "Oh, where the fuck? Was she hired? Where the fuck did she get her?" It's like, maybe you should do your research. She did a lot of shit before that. She is overemployed to get that LCS job. Like, you might not have heard of her, but fucking do your damn research. Like, holy fucking shit. And then same thing with Emily as well. She's been in the scene for like fucking since the start in the league scene with like smaller things.
Dude, I saw Emily. Analysts. I remember when Emily was a part of Yahoo Esports. I've actually met Emily before. She's she's actually a pretty cool person. Like, she's been in the scene for a while. People
I mean, I don't agree like with all of them, but like because she has like some biases when it comes to like certain players. However, all of them do. Besides that, she's fucking amazing. She's one of the best analysts, I'd say.
Like, I like Emily. I like all of this weird shit people have against these casters. It's like, yeah, let's see your ass go up there and do a better job than them. I bet you motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like the people are like bitching with fucking High for some reason. And, he was very intelligent with the game. The shit he said, like, I don't get why they're bitching there just because he wasn't. Just because why? Because he didn't have like a fucking didn't have like a Dash or fucking Jat or a fucking Raz voice just going, yeah, no, just because he wasn't that enthusiastic, so you hated him. So, because apparently you're like dyslexic. If somebody isn't screaming, you couldn't just hear the shit High saying. Like, holy fuck.
Like, dude, I just don't get people in the scene. I just don't get them. Like, people bitch and moan that they want new people. They get new people. They bitch and moan. It's like, people just say they want new people just because that sounds nice. But in reality, people don't want that shit. There's a life lesson for anyone that's watching this shit. People always say they want certain things, that they want change. They don't really want change. They don't want that shit.
Yeah, they're like, oh, where's fucking what's his name?
Rivington?
Rivington, yeah, sorry, Rivington, or where's Jack?
Pastry time.
Yeah, they're gonna keep saying. I mean, I do want Rivington. Isn't he coming back? Or
I hope he does. I was like, "Where's Pastry time?" He was casting.
I mean, I miss him, and Pastry's like they're all cool, but I mean, I also want new people as well.
I'm cool with having a diverse line of people. I'm not trying to burn out casters. You know what I mean? Like, these people are gonna understand. These casters use their voice in a lot of games throughout the year, including Worlds. That they're invited to.
I'm telling you, man, they should try to find some Brazilian casters or former ones that can speak English and hire them. They are extremely good.
I'll say this: I went and watched some of those Brazilian games you said. Those casters are fucking insane. Those guys are amazing.
Yeah. Now with what was her? Sorry, what's her name again? So I have like fucking memory loss. Who?
La Tigress or
La Tigress, sorry. Okay. So the one thing I will say, one thing she will need to improve on is when it's like when a player makes an outplay, there's like she doesn't like hype it up as much as other people, kind of just talks normally like any other play and has a bit of a delay. Other than that, though, she's perfectly fine. I don't get it. But anyway. But yeah. They should definitely look at minor region casters though, because those people are hyped. And like some of the EU regional league casters are insane as well.
I'll even say this, man. I think the LCS broadcast has gotten a lot better this year. It's been a lot more enjoyable to watch. It's been
some of them are bad with like their game knowledge. That's driving me insane. Like the one clip I showed you, that was hilarious.
That High segment that he does with the pro players now, where he asks,
I love that.
The segment where he asks, like, hey, why should people root for you? I love that. That's perfect.
Yeah, and I like how they mostly put it. I like how they also put most of them like when there's wait times in between the games, instead of wasting time, they just put that like went with that 3-minute wait timer, play it then instead of like any other time to drag it on, just to have something there. That's also a good idea. But yeah, I'd say they've definitely improved to that area. I don't really get the complaints there.
Yeah, because if you said the LCS broadcast was a bit lame few splits ago, I'd be like, yeah, I could agree with you, but they've definitely improved on a lot of different
I don't think they ever really been lame, but I think they've been lame with like the analyst desk with like I think they've been kind of lame with that like a few years ago, but the casters I've always thought was pretty good.
I never really understood a lot of the hate. This is the thing, like people who have no broadcast experience are complaining about broadcast people with no experience. They literally know nothing about how it runs, yet they want to be the biggest fucking critics of it. I've never understood that, though. Like, and then you have fucking Riot bending to these idiots who don't understand how this works. Yet, like, yes, I'm not saying Riot's did a perfect job with a lot of this shit, but it's like, why would I ask someone for girl advice when they've never had a girlfriend? You know, it's like, why would I do that? That's ridiculous. And then, you know, people say like certain content is cringe. They want different segments. But then when you get the segments, they bitch and moan. My brain fried. My brain is literally fried. But we have the Peter Zhang drama to go over. So as you guys know, TSM and drama, name a more iconic duo. So, Peter Zhang has my side of the story. Oh, this is gonna be fucking juicy. Oh my god, this is gonna be juicy. So let's start with what Richard Lewis put out first, and then we'll go to Peter Zhang's.
I will say quickly, the thing with High, though, did you see the one with TSM and Hoon? Like, all the others, they were, like, praised to play, like, oh, Blue, how did you know how to do this? The TSM one with Hoon, he was just like, so why did you fuck up here? What the fuck were you doing here? And he's just like, I don't know. That was fucking hilarious. You need to watch that one if you haven't yet. It was just hilarious.
Here we go. Sources: TSM League of Legends coach Peter Zhang fired for alleged financial irregularities. Okay. TSM sacked League of Legends coach and head of player development Peter Zhang on March 19th, citing serious allegations of conflict of interest. Sources have since told Dexerto the reasons behind the dismissal came from an agent-style setup where he secured Chinese and Taiwanese player spots on the team for a cut of earnings. On March 19th, TSM made the surprising announcement that they would be immediately terminating the contract of League of Legends coach Peter Zhang. The short accompanying statement presented by the LCS organization reads, we were recently made aware of very serious allegations of conflict of interest and unethical practices against League of Legends coach Peter Zhang. After an initial investigation, we have terminated him effective immediately. We are working with external legal counsel to complete a full investigation. That's TSM's PR statement on the matter. Yep, dude. Facts. You're just, oh my goodness, just complete facts, dude. The development, this development is the latest in a long line of controversies for the TSM brand. Despite their position as one of North American's most popular esport entities.
No, they aren't. Maybe like fucking 5 years ago, not anymore. We don't, right, unless we're talking about streamers, they beg to sign with TSM like Greek God X, or their fucking Fortnite scene, which nobody cares about besides 12-year-olds. Other than that, no, maybe like 5 fucking years ago. And they aren't the biggest anymore either, right? Fucking brands like 100 Thieves fucking eats them alive, right? What is this fake news? Anyway, continue.
You have to hype them up a little bit in the article, man.
Don't you they're the new CLG. Anyway, continue.
No, dude, Reginald said that happens, he's gonna sell his house, remember?
Oh, yeah. Remember that tweet? Just saw a naked homeless man riding his bike around the LCS studio.
Holy shit. Okay. Despite their position as one of North American's most popular esport entities, they have found themselves consistently under fire for serious managerial missteps. Former President Lena Zhu was at the center of a long controversy regarding her relationship with then-player Doublelift, a conflict of interest by most professional standards, as she was directly responsible for deciding if he was rehired and the details of his contract. Yeah, that's pretty big right there. That's pretty fucking big right there.
Again, do you think that summer 2020 split is not revoked now? You are on fucking, you're like doing meth, all right? Like, fuck off. That split does not matter anymore. Cloud9's world streak is still going because of that. Fuck them.
Oh my goodness, Jesus Christ. So, right here, This later blew up into further controversy when she leaked details of the team's former jungler Dardoch having trouble finding a new home on Doublelift's stream. Details that seriously undermined Heartnet's potential bargaining power. At the end of 2021, Doublelift would leave TSM and speak openly about negative experiences with the owner, Reginald. Doublelift's departure would be followed by Zoo, Bjergsen, and Parth. This would lead into a public report on Wired that revealed Reginald was being investigated for bullying and harassment, both by an independent body appointed by TSM and Riot Games themselves.
Have you ever heard being investigated for bullying in your life?
No. If you bully people in school, you get expelled. That's what happens. So I don't know how that would happen with an org if you were caught doing that, you know. Given how adjacent to controversy they have been of late, many started to speculate the severity of these offenses that had made TSM terminate Yi. A common narrative that cropped up across Reddit and Twitter was that it must have something to do with match fixing, an issue that saw 38 players, managers, and coaches banned across the Chinese LPL and LDL divisions in April 2021.
I still can't believe no other region has picked up Bo. That's
a travesty.
That is depressing. Travesty. That's depressing. It's also depressing that in fucking shithole China, you can't get a second chance when it comes to gambling, apparently. But anyway.
No, you're fine. You're fine, dude. In the resultant Reddit thread reacting to Yi's firing, LCS Commissioner Jackie Felling made a point to try and stop speculation about it pertaining to match fixing. She says, nothing to do with match fixing, Felling said. This is an eternal team matter, not making a statement from Riot at all, but I don't want people to think this had anything remotely to do with match fixing or betting, which it does not. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. She should not be doing that. She's the LCS commissioner. She is not TSM. The LCS commissioner should not be going out and making these big public statements for TSM. If TSM knows it's not match fixing, they should say that. Why is the LCS commissioner doing this? Rookie mistake. I know she just started this. Whatever. She can't be doing that. You literally cannot be doing that. Following our own investigation, Dexterdo can now confirm the reasons for the sudden departure of Peter Zhang. Sources familiar with the matter explained to us that he had used his coaching position for self-enrichment via the method of taking money in exchange for ensuring certain Taiwanese or Chinese players were added to the roster. For guaranteeing their acquisition to TSM, he would take a portion of their earnings paid as a fee, essentially positioning himself as simultaneously a team coach and international agent. The claim is that Zang, in his capacity as coach, would work with management to select players for the roster. Then that he would then go to the player in question and offer to act as their agent, stating that he could get them on the TSM roster if they allowed him to represent them. For negotiating the deal, he would take a cut of the player's earnings, often much higher than a standard agent's fee for brokering the deal. So basically, you guys know why you can't do this. This is definitely illegal if this is found true. So basically, it goes like this. He's acting as a player, as a coach and an agent. That is considered double dealing. You cannot do that because that is that's probably the most direct conflict of interest anyone can have, because also you have to factor in with him being a coach, he essentially has a position of power over them. So I'll give you an example. He could be like, hey man, if you don't pay me this week when you get paid on your fucking paycheck, you won't be on the starting roster. He could literally do that because he's coach and he's someone who acts as their agent, Now, from everything else I've heard, he was able to have a lot of the power within doing this. So he most likely assumed that he was never going to get caught. That's just how that personally works.
Yeah. Somehow, even for being such a shitty coach, just has that power. sort of like fucking that one scam artist in the LCS for a while. That fucking one guy, I forgot his name.
Essentially, it's considered double dealing. So like, here's another example that I could give you for like Yu-Gi-Oh terms, because it's really easy. You don't have to know about Yu-Gi-Oh to know this. In the Yu-Gi-Oh market, as you guys probably know from watching my content, people buy cards. Now, it would be a direct conflict of interest of mine to make a video and say, hey, go buy these cards right now that I'm saying. That is double dealing. I don't do that. You wouldn't necessarily. So here's how that works. You can't just.
I'll give you the best example. CS:GO Lotto.
Oh no! Fuck that! Oh lord! That's another can of worms.
So I wasn't here while you're reading out the whole thing because I was grabbing a drink. So I just had one question: was a TSM at all aware of this, like anyone else?
They claim they didn't know, and
I don't believe them.
And then Reginald said on Reddit that they found out, and when they found out, they stopped it immediately.
I don't believe that, but
I don't know. I think other people knew within the org, and they just kept their mouth shut because
kept their mouth shut for as long as they can.
But this is the reason why they would do that with TSM is because they don't want to talk. Who don't want to talk to Reginald and get yelled at? Like what the fuck? Like.
That, but also because they weren't like losing or anything before for all that time. But now that they're having a losing season,
it's free season.
Now we'll bring it up. Yep, fuck it. No, I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt unless they have a fucking a fucking garbage history. Reginald's definitely one of them. Carlos is definitely one of them, and is fucking poaching players and lying and contract breaching. So. I don't believe those guys. But otherwise I would give it the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, yeah, I believe him, but no, not in this case.
So here's a direct conflict of interest that I could point out for you guys. I just remembered it right now. So there was this Yu-Gi-Oh content creator who also sells Yu-Gi-Oh product. Okay, so he has a YouTube channel where he does market watches, which is how you talk about cards in the market that are going up in price. He also literally sells Yu-Gi-Oh product. So back in 2020, this guy spends like $20,000 on a specific Yu-Gi-Oh product. I know, crazy number, right? Then he would make Yu-Gi-Oh market watches about this specific product. He spent $20,000 in telling you to buy into this product. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys can understand why that is not right. Because it's super simple. You cannot just literally invest into something and then the thing that you bought, make a video leading people to actually go buy your specific product. That is double dealing.
Hey man, I'm making this so I just spent like a bunch of money on this like cryptocurrency. You guys should all buy it. Who's the owner of it? I won't get into that detail. Just go invest into it, man.
Yeah. Sean's crypto owner is FTX. I have no affiliation with them, but please go buy it.
That's imagine if they actually did that. Hey guys, so this episode of TSM Legends is sponsored by FTX. So I never actually heard of FTX before, but they approached me and it's like, man, they have a great deal. You guys should go invest into it. If you do it now, you'll get a 10% off on the next 90% off on the next TSM jersey you buy because there's no one fucking worth buying. So whatever, we can't sell these enough. Oh, there we go. But
oh shit. In addition to this, the same source informed us that Zang was also borrowing significant sums of money from many figures under the TSM organization, including players across both the main and academy roster. The use of this money, said to be a sizable amount in total, are not clear, although Yi himself cited a medical emergency involving his grandparents. The veracity of this claim is not clear, but when affected parties raised concerns about the loans, they started to be paid back. At the time of reporting this, almost all the money has been recouped. Okay. At the time of reporting this, almost all of the money has been recouped. In regards to the matter of these loans, Riot Games are currently investigating the matter and will likely expand their investigation to encompass and any impropriety around his dual role as a team coach and player agent. That
and
is some...
Yeah, and the detective on this case will be Reginald. Oh my god! Like I don't. Again, we haven't read Peter Dunn's response yet, but I'm just saying I'm just gonna predict it's gonna be something like, listen, they at one point told me, yo, it's fine, you can keep the money, but apparently that wasn't true. But somebody told me, and then for the other thing, like I asked them once before. Would my job here, like my multiple job, ever be a conflict of interest? And one random person told me no, so I'm like, okay. I didn't bother checking with Reginald though, but I trusted them because TSM isn't a slimy org at all. So there we go. There's his response.
There are other reasons for their release, the sources concluded, but those are the two most significant. Dexterdo spoke at length with Zang about these allegations, which he explained were either a misunderstanding or malicious farming of the events. Okay. First, he explained that at no point was he acting as a player agent. He admitted that he was receiving a percentage of TSM Academy player Yursan's salary, $1,000 per month. Okay, at least he admits that. But that this fee was being sent to his actual agent and that he was merely a conduit for the transaction. He added that he had often exchanged yen for dollars for players across the squad, as he was a U.S. green card holder and had bank accounts in both countries that made it easier. He believes these transactions might give the appearance of wrongdoing. Okay? In regards to the need for sudden loans, he explained that he did have a family emergency and provided proof he had asked for time off to return to China for this matter. However, the need for the loans were precipitated by his former player, Sword Art. According to Zang, during Sword Art's time on the team, he had worked with Zang to sell an $80,000 car he had purchased for use during his time in the US. After his return to China to play for Weibo Gaming, Sword Art asked Zang to sell the car for him and send him the money. Upon sale of the car, Zang had kept the money and was stalling payment due to his grandma's surgery. Okay? Earlier in the month...
What do you mean? I'm sure... I'm sure, listen, he was keeping it because, okay, I couldn't think of a good joke.
He's keeping it for a rainy day.
Hey. Yeah. Hey, it happens, but hey, yeah, because holy fuck. Because I was gonna try to make a joke that I said earlier in the stream about Reginald also being a part of it, but I couldn't think of anything good because I've used up all my Reginald jokes. Fuck. Just like how he used up Lena by now and then gave her the double. Oh,
I don't know if I work like that.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Earlier in the month, Sword Art had demanded the money back and had stated that if he was not paid, he would go public about the debt. With the money spent, Zang turned to the players on the organization for loans to ensure the matter was not made public. He says, "I recognize that keeping the money from the sold car was wrong," he said, "but I was working towards paying that debt and paid half before I was fired. My grandmother's bill was due at the end of this month, and so I wasn't able to pay both debts. I was having a very hard financial time, but I will pay back every penny to Sword Art. The other claims against my person are not true. It is common in China for friends and colleagues to loan each other money." The fuck was that?
Yeah, it is common in China, but it's the same China that got busted with that LDL and LPL shit. Oh, so Lord. I mean, I don't know. When you say that, like, fuck. Holy shit.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting.
Oh, God. I have learned A hard lesson about the cultural differences in America. I will work with Riot in any investigation and have evidence necessary to prove my innocence.
Yeah, man, it's cultural differences, just like how fucking Ignar was being toxic as fuck to Sneaky and solo queue for no reason.
And Sneaky was just being a bitch about it.
Well, I mean, Sneaky was acting like a bit of a bitch, but for the most part, he was in the right. Like, he was just playing the game. He tried something out. It didn't work. And he was just trying to explain his strategy. And then Ignar was just being a toxic motherfucker. And then he was just explaining it to his chat what happened. And then he moved on. But then because somebody runs his clip channel, they made that, like, the fucking title of one of his videos. So then it turned into a big thing, even though Sneaky just did it like for 5 minutes and then moved on. It was all the person running his channel that did it. But either way, it was fucking Ignar being a bitch. But then people are like, oh, come on, guys. He's like, he doesn't know English too well. It's like, what the fuck? He knows enough to know it not to be a toxic motherfucker. What did he do in fucking Korea or fucking EU then? What?
As a part of our discussions with Zang, he showed us receipts of transactions that he claims were for money exchanges done with the full knowledge and approval of the other parties involved. Currently, Zang plans to fly back to his native China ahead of any public statements from TSM. Yeah, because, it's hard to get extradited from China back to the US.
Yeah, well, his first client is going to be Bo. They're going to work together.
Dexterdo understands TSM are considering legal action. TSM told Dexterdo, we have no additional comment beyond our original statement at this time. Whoa, that's a lot. So, luckily, when doing this Cloud9 podcast, we have Peter Zhang's actual tweet longer that just came out today, earlier.
Look at the reply below.
What was it? What about the allegations of throwing money at the e-girl streamers? If money was a big factor, then surely that shouldn't /depend didn't happen, correct? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll say this also as well. I'm not saying he did what he did, okay, outside of what he already admitted. But where was his money going? Wasn't he making 6 figures and he had his housing and food paid for? Where was his actual money going? His actual paycheck that he has been receiving from TSM for... Okay, I saw him on TSM in 2019 during that time period, right?
Yeah, because I don't think money was... I don't think, honestly, money was that big of an issue for him. He was just a bit of an addict and he gambled on shit. That's my bet.
What happened to his actual money? His actual paycheck money?
Like, he was getting paid a good amount. Like, don't tell me he wasn't. He could have, like, arranged
50K
everything.
A year? Dude, I don't even make 50K a year. 50K a year is a good job. That's an actual legitimate good job.
Just admit you were poor with handling your money and you spent it on some things that you maybe shouldn't have. Just say that. Because that's obviously what happened.
Oh my god. Like, no, because no one's been questioning that where's his actual money? He's been working for TSM since 2019. That's when I saw him. So you have 2019, 2020, 2021. That's 3 years. Where's his actual money going to?
Yeah, well, Winnie the Pooh, China president, took it all from him, because he went to America. They're like, you can't have that.
All right, here's Peter Zhang's story, man. Here we go. So, okay, my side of the story. My story. After I was released from TSM, I was not going to say anything, but the article about me on Dexterdo had a lot of things that were wrong and I want to correct. But he willingly talked to whatever. My brain is gonna fry if I.
What I will say, it might be like sort of like how to say like that. Like I'll just give you one example. That actor from Drake and Josh was like admitted like guilt or said guilty to like either like possession of child pornography or something of the sorts. But then afterwards, after 6 months or whatever, it was like. Up, like he was allowed to talk about it. He said it was just like a deal he made. Like he said he didn't actually do it though, and he like tried to fight for it, but he made like a, what do you call it, a pardon deal? What is the name of it?
A plea deal.
Yeah, plea deal. Sorry, but yeah. So maybe he thought like, okay, I'm already in the shit, or like I'm doing this interview like on like with certain guidelines, so we'll say some things that that I don't think are totally true. So I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's something like that. I don't know what type of interviews like that though. That's the only explanation I can come up with though.
Like, that's crazy, because I don't believe Richard Lewis is someone who would put out wrong information if that was told to him. That's ridiculous. But whatever. I'm not player agent and never took a cut. The part of the article that did not make sense to me is where it said I was acting as player agent and taking their money while getting them a spot on TSM. Here are some of the things the article said. And you guys already saw this, so I'm not going to read this. This is literally what I just read. I want to explain how the player section went this offseason. Last year in summer, week 8, management team... Sorry, let me start it again. I want to explain the player section. I want to explain the player selection went this offseason. Last year in summer week 8, management wanted team to practice more because Chinese and Korean teams practice a lot. Okay, so they wanted to basically have the team practice as hard as they do in the LPL and the LCK. That's what they wanted.
There are probably some conflicts like that, sort of like with Cloud9 with LS, how he wanted to coach some things, and like with the Korean aspect. So yeah, there are probably some conflicts there.
Parth and Bjergsen said that not every player can do that, but they were told to get players to play more, so team was practicing night blocks and even after game days. During playoffs, players feel burned out and started playing badly. Ended up losing to Cloud9.
I can see that with Spica. Honestly, 100%, I could see that.
I was told that big priority for next year was to find players that are mechanically good and will adjust to the new training schedule. Okay, so basically what he said, the roster with PoE and Sword Art, they wanted to get them to practice like Chinese and Korean teams. Most likely certain players weren't on board with that, and maybe they did this and they burnt them out essentially. And then for the next year, they wanted players that could be a part of this regime that they wanted last year, but it didn't work out. This is from his point of view. Parth gave me a list of players from LDL and LPL that he wanted us to talk to. I helped figure out which players were too expensive for TSM and which did not want to go to NA, and remove them from the list. Then we started tryouts with Chinese and Korean players. After getting permission from teams, I would share the stream and VODs of players. If anyone was really good, I got some help to translate comms and send for staff to look at. At the same time, TSM was talking to Bjergsen, EU, and NA players. We had a couple mid and support options who were good. I talked to the players and their family to understand their personality and how they would fit in NA. I sent that information to TSM. I think Kyoto is a very rookie player, but has good fingers, and we can help him become good. Shenny was very smart about the game because he trained under FPX and Doinby. If you see their early streams, they are hardworking and willing to learn English and talk to fans. I talked to Parth and Kays. Once we bring Chowie on, he also look at player VODs with comms. Then they make decision with Andy if we want to go Korean players, EU players, or Chinese players. They decide to go Chinese players. I helped and gave suggestion, but I never decide anything myself.
They didn't mention the fact that they went Chinese players though, so for fucking money. With like Blitz and shit. They don't mention that part, of course.
Can't mention that. That'd be a conflict of interest. Oh shit. Then that he would then go to the player in question and offer to act as their agent, stating that he could get them on the TSM roster if they allowed him to represent them. I have never done this. If player asks me about agents or help, I can tell them another agent they can get, but I have never been player agent. TSM also told me that I wasn't to be part of negotiations this year. TSM used another person on staff who spoke Mandarin to help with negotiations. These are the 4 players TSM has gotten last 2 years. Sword Art didn't have an agent. Kiado, I don't know his agent, but I know his agency, and we have no business connection. Sheni, someone from his family was his agent. Nursan, I know his agent, but we don't have any business connection. And then he states right here, a quote from the article, for negotiating the deal, he would take a cut of the player's earnings, often much higher than the standard agent's fee for brokering the deal. I have never taken any amount of players' earnings as agent fee or helping them go to TSM. Yurasan needed help sending his agent money for their agreement, so I helped him transfer it because sending money from the USA to China sometimes is complicated. Anyone can check that I am telling the truth by asking any of these players or any player I have worked with. I have never asked to be their agent to talk to TSM, and I have never taken a part of their salary. They will all agree with me. He says, apology. Then I want to take responsibility for my mistakes. My grandmother is in the hospital, and my family needed money. I had promised Sword Art last year that I would pay him for the car to keep myself or send him money when I sold it. I was able to sell it, but I hid it from him and sent that money to my family for part of the expenses. I was embarrassed to ask Sword Art for help at first and thought I could just pay him back later. He discovered that I had sold the car and asked me to pay him back now. On top of that, my grandma's treatment was supposed to take more money. I was desperate and reached out to friends and players for help. I know it was wrong of me, and I am really sorry. The money has been returned to all the players, and I apologize to them. And then I talked to Sword Art and his family and are resolving the situation. Okay? My feelings. The last thing I want to talk about is my personal feelings about everything that is happening. I have been stressed out from the beginning of the year because of my family issues. But I was happy that we picked up 2 young players who really wanted to go to NA and to coach them. I see a lot of potential in both of them. I'm sad at how this season has gone so far and how players are being blamed. This year, TSM does not feel the same. Since I've been on TSM, I could always talk to Parth Bjergsen about coaching or game problem and figure out for my players on Academy. James would be there to help me with Riot or help players with everything and just as a friend. Lena and Parth always helped me with anything I needed or tell me when I did something wrong and how to fix. Now it feels like everyone is angry or scared about something and there is no one to help. Everyone wants to just blame each other. Spica didn't bench Sheni and everyone from community blaming him, but no one from TSM helped him. Okay, for that one specifically, Peter, TSM did that themselves. That specific TSM Legends episode that they put out, that was a narrative perpetuated by TSM in their own content, okay? That's not the community just making that up. That was in their own shit, okay? That's my opinion on that. And yeah, TSM should have came out and said something about that, but they didn't. They just kind of just didn't do shit. I don't know if I should say something on Twitter because maybe I get fired or punished. I don't know if someone at TSM tells Dexerto about these things, but the player agent thing is not true. It is easy for TSM to check and ask players, but instead I have to defend myself. Maybe it's better for TSM if everything is my fault. I don't know. TSM just doesn't feel the same anymore. Well, yeah, they're fucking still bottom of the league next to Immortals performing like shit because you had the main people that even Peter pointed out is gone, you know? I wish the best for the players on the team, especially about Kiado and Sheni. As young players, they came to NA and don't speak English and are still trying their best in a hard situation. They had to learn the game and speak English and everything very fast. They got little help and then both got benched. I don't think they have shown close to what they are capable of. Yeah, like, I also didn't agree with that. That I do have to agree with him on that point, just on that specific point, because there's it's just so stupid to bring them over just to bench them. Like, if you are all inning on this roster and you definitely think that these are players that are the future of TSM, essentially, benching them is stupid, honestly. TLDR, I want to apologize to Sword Art and my current players for my actions and accept TSM's decision to release me for this. The stuff about me being a player agent and getting a percent of their salaries is 100% not true. Anyone can verify this by talking to any of the players. My time at TSM has been great, but this year was especially hard. I wish the players all the best. Sean, you want to say anything about Peter Zhang's tweet longer? About anything he has to bring up?
I mean, some things seem truthful, some things seem like a fucking lie. I don't know, whatever. It's being resolved. I just want to say, like, just let's move on from this. This guy was a trash coach anyway and a trash manager. He was just trash at everything. Why the fuck did this guy even have a job? Why didn't they fire him before the season? Just because he was Chinese so they could speak to the players? Is that it? Because otherwise I can't think of a reason. Like, oh yeah, fuck it. Oh, I need to retweet. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness. This guy says, I think you possibly misunderstood what the article was saying about the player agent stuff. Unless I'm misreading, Richard Lewis is not reporting that you did that. He is saying that his sources claim you did.
Yeah, that the language barrier they'll say. Holy fuck.
Oh my goodness. Holy shit. You wouldn't steal. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Who cares about your side of the story? You were part of LMQ and Echo Fox. That's 3 out of 3. Oh, this guy said, family matters can be very complicated to navigate and affect the way we make decisions. Hope your grandma can get the treatment she needs and recover fast. Good luck in the future, Peter. If you believe the 200K grandma surgery, I have a bridge for sale in Brooklyn.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Oh shit. So yeah,
I'm
guys,
not reading all that happy for you though. Yep.
Okay. This is the last thing I'll say about this right now until I can basically collect some more thoughts about this. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think that he was doing some of the things that he's not admitting to, but there's some things that he may be innocent for that just might be literal misunderstandings, you know? But the fact that TSM gave him this much power, like, these things are going to happen eventually, you know? What was TSM thinking? Like, TSM are not innocent in this because everyone's like, yeah, TSM's innocent. It's like, for what? They're the one who created the situation. What the hell? They're the one who created the situation in general. Remember, like, how they created that narrative that TSM got Shenny fucking benched? They're the ones who created the narrative. Like, TSM, oh my god. But this is one thing I did agree with Peter Zhang on. TSM just doesn't feel the same. I mean, yeah. I can agree with that. That I can agree with. But it's like, if you know TSM is not going to be the same moving forward in this year, why not just go to another org then? If you already know that, just go to another org. So I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Sordar and Peter Zhang get into a fist fight on the LPL stage at some point, maybe, you know? I don't know what's going on, guys, with this situation. This is basically he said, she said, because we don't know the inner workings of, like, the TSM org, because it's ran by a bunch of actual idiots half the time, you know, running a multi-million-dollar company because Reginald's fucking Reddit name is Reginald Bro. Like, holy fuck, man. Man, Speaker was right. Every day at TSM is a banger. That is definitely true. Anything else you want to say about this, Sean, before we go to the next thing, actually?
Dude, do I have anything to say? I mean, not really. Just whatever, it's over with, whatever. Peter Zhang will say whatever shit. They'll say whatever shit. I don't really care at this point, and I don't. It's impossible to say what if everything's like true or false, like whatever. A lot of it is sort of like stuff like no one in the public will know unless you have like personal connections to all that stuff going on, whatever. Just Reginald, keep up with like your fucking Mexican mafia cartel shit, whatever you do. Yeah, I can't say exactly what it is, so for legal reasons.
Good actual God. Holy shit. Wait, for legal reasons, I can't tell you how much money I make, but if you give me half of your paycheck, I can give you double that next week. Right? No?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's go to talking about the LCS. Now, talking about the LCS has been fairly back and forth, but I want to make sure I say this before we even go over the games, right? And start predicting for shit. Dignitas is garbage. And so is fucking Fake God. There was a certain point, I don't know what Dignitas is thinking, feeling, I don't fucking know. But Fake God is trash. Dignitas, if you want to compete against Flyquest, 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, Cloud9, and Evil Geniuses, and potentially make playoffs, literally switch out Fake God. He is horrible.
Yes, their Academy top laner is fucking bad as well, but I'll take him. Honestly, just fuck it. Hey, is Solo still around? Has he not retired yet? Bring him in. I don't care.
Dude, oh my. Watching Fake God is just pure fucking AIDS. He's so bad. It's not like he doesn't get jungle help. It's not like he doesn't get help from his team when they like rotate him out. It's not like River doesn't go up there and help him whenever he can. He's just fucking bad. How do Dignitas want to compete? Potentially, Dignitas won't even sniff a finals. They will never get to a finals. They won't even sniff a finals. Dignitas won't be ever going back to Worlds anymore. That's light years away from this dog shit ass organization. They won't be doing anything. Dignitas right now with Fake God is horrible. They're just trash. How they have 7 wins is ridiculous. I don't fucking know. I do think Neo and Biofrost have been pretty solid. I think River's been solid overall. They have an interestingly very middle of the pack team that is decently overperforming. But there's nothing you can do with Fake God. He's just bad. He loses every laning phase.
Yeah, at this point,
oh I'm my God.
I think I'm gonna. I'm thinking about putting Jenkins ahead of him now.
Might as well. I would do it. There's no. It's interchangeable,
but just because of Jenkins, they're both pretty much equal. It's just Jenkins has had.
I've seen Jenkins win one laning phase.
Yeah, that's true. Again, because they're both pretty much the same. It's just Jenkins has at least had some recent pop-off performances. Well, slightly pop-off
very
performances.
Slightly. Yeah.
Once he leaves his lane, Fake God is basically just a guy who, if he's not playing complete trash the odd game, he plays more for his team instead of actually doing any carry work. He's just a team-friendly top laner. That's it. He's literally White Knight in NA. That's Fake God for you. They're the same players. He's
so fucking bad. Guys, he doesn't win any matchup, whether it's counter or he's actually doing weak side, strong side. He doesn't win the counter matchups. He gets dumpstered in lane. He's always down in CS. He loses every 1v1. He TP's horrible. Everything you don't want in a top laner is in Fake God. Okay? Then you have Dignitas, who literally opt into keeping him because they want to have this moniker of fucking keeping NA talent or trying to use NA talent.
Yeah, and you can do that with some players. Fake God's not the one to do it with. You had Soligo and you fucking subbed him out for no reason, even though he was playing well.
Going, what the?
Yeah, Yusui as well. God. Yeah, you did it with Neo, and that's good.
But again, they won't do it with Fake God. What does Fake God? Fake God must be the best top laner in scrims for them to keep him this long. What is why?
I actually heard this. Well, I heard he's good in scrims, and I didn't hear he's great though in scrims.
Even when he was on 100 Thieves, that first split he came in, he wasn't that good. He's always been bad.
I man, just try to get Gen X or something from fucking SK. Just do that.
I don't know.
Oh wait, they can't because they have fucking 2 imports already. He decided to spend one on blue. What the fuck? And like any fucking up and coming NA mid laner would be as good as blue here.
Like, I'm sorry, guys. Just watching Fake God just gave me AIDS earlier. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. He's just so bad. Like, it's actually so disgusting to watch this guy play. It's disgusting. Like, watch this guy play in any game. It's just, like, horrible. It's so fucking bad. The fact that he loses every matchup. The fact that he loses just even playing weak side. He loses weak side so hard. And then the only champion he can even be somewhat decently relevant on is Gnar. And then Dignitas chose to ban it from themselves so they can't give him Gnar. If you just, because all he can really play is Gnar duty. But if you ban Gnar yourself, that's some 5-head shit right there. Hey, Sean, the top laner you have can only play Gnar. How about we just ban it ourselves? Makes sense, right? Good job, Dignitas.
Yeah,
great job.
I mean, there was like a joke or whatever like a year ago in this video I was watching. It was about a guy who like he reached Challenger in all 5 roles in like Korea when people thought he was just a one trick, and he first did it with like Gnar, just one trick and Gnar in top lane. And then some guy made a joke like, he could accomplish anything now. What could he do? Continue grinding? Sign $1 million deal with TSM? Because it's at the time when they signed Huni for $1 million just to play Gnar. So I'm just saying that's now Fake God.
And guys, here was the game that made me actually want to get a rope and end it all. So Golden Guardians versus Dignitas. Golden Guardians bouncing back. They had a 2-0 week. That's good for them because it puts them right into playoff position. They've been having a lot of struggle weeks, but it was nice to see them bounce back. Licorice playing Fiora. Fake God on Tryndamere. This was AIDS to look at. Good job, Ole. Good job, dude. Nice roam, man. Good job. There you go. You got it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I did predict the GG comeback. You know.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I mean, even though they almost lost both of their games, but yeah, but look. Again, Tactical literally played like shit this week. You have to be Dick, Ride, and Reggie to say who was player of the week.
Look at the 1v1.
Who actually deserved it. Oh, yeah. Well, I wonder who will win it.
Look at this 1v1. Oh, look at the moves. Look at the plays.
that just made me want to like get a shard of glass and slowly slice my fucking dick in half. What is that?
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Okay, look at this epic 1v1. Pure mechanical outplay right there. He's Licorice, oh my goodness. Like, look how bad Fake God is. I want to replay this for you guys who are out there who are kind of like normies and shit. Okay, so this is just borderline ridiculous. Licorice is up in CS and up in health and as a level down from this guy. And his wave is still pushed up in front of him, and he can get more CS in him, and it'll bounce back. You can't be this bad. It's not possible. It's just mind fucking blowing, dude. Then he gets the vital procs 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 5 auto attacks in. Ults him. He ults way too late, and then he doesn't parry the right thing, and yeah, he just loses. Sean, so what did you think about? Did you thought about killing yourself after this 1v1?
You know, I felt like I wanted to just get like a potato peeler and just carve my skin out. One by one.
Look, Neo, Biofrost, Blue, and River are like, damn, our top laner fucking stinks. They're just looking like, God, this guy's absolute ass. God. Good job.
Yeah, but anyway, if you want to, oh my fucking
NA dies, baby. Those are some NA dies right there. Good job, Dignitas. Good job.
Well, I mean, it was a fine dive, whatever.
Good job, Fake God. You're the best, dude. And then somehow Biofrost just dies. And then Price
but I was going to say, though, if you want to give one player of the week, that's not tactical. I'm saying either give it to Someday or Pride Stalker this week. Pride Stalker played great.
You know, Fake God just died again because reasons.
Oh, my God. How could he die this many times on fucking Tryndamere? In a 1v1.
Leave it to Fake God to play Tryndamere and lose. Be the only tournament in
makes him look like a shit champ. Holy fuck.
They have to bench this guy, dude. Dignitas won't even sniff. Dignitas is never going to sniff a finals.
Because their academy top laner is also shit. Eclipse is bad. That's why he's still playing.
He can't be any worse than Fake God. There's no way.
Oh, have you seen his academy games?
Watch Dignitas Academy. Do I look bad to you? Do I look stupid to you?
Yeah, when like a 24-year-old Spawn is their best up-and-coming rookie, then oh my god.
Because Dignitas's brand is like, yeah, we're about NA talent. Meanwhile, their best players are fucking imports and shit. Like, what? Oh
yeah,
my
you
lord.
say that, but then you had fucking DeMonte, Cody's son, and Vulcan there after making Worlds, and then you fucking opt in for fucking Froggin and Afro Moon shit. And fucking
Phoenix ADC, remember? Dignitas Phoenix ADC. Great.
Oh no, nice. And Ole, and then you pay Hooney $1 million.
Well, at one point, Hooney was the highest paid player in the LCS. $2.1 million for Hooney's contract. Oh, that hurt my soul. I was like, check stealing like a motherfucker. Yep, guys. This game pretty much boiled down to Licorice just absolutely just beating the shit out of Fake God. And Licorice has had a pretty okay season. He's been like the 4th, 5th best top laner in the LCS. I think
the 4th best or 5th. Yeah.
He's literally just outside of Buipo, Summit, and Someday. Honestly, he's like the 4th best top laner. Honestly,
yeah. Well,
he's not the reason why his team loses games.
I would say
who's better? Revenge? You put Revenge over him?
No, you forget. Well, Impact.
No, okay. I'll say this: Impact actually has been more consistent than Licorice throughout this play.
Yes, it's just Licorice. If Licorice was more consistent, then I would say he's better because again, Impact. In lock-in, last year, and also in lock-in, he was like fantastic.
He was on fire, yeah.
Yeah, but after lock-in, like he dropped off a bit, and he's just been playing safe champ. So I don't know.
He's been pretty consistent. Like, if someone put Impact over Licorice, I wouldn't really mind it though.
Yeah, he does his job, but whatever.
So yeah, after Dignitas, if you want to sniff a finals, go past the first round. If you have aspirations to go past the first round of playoffs ever and not be in the losers bracket, get rid of Fake God. You will never sniff a finals, a semifinals, a 3rd place match, go to Worlds, a fucking world spot if you keep Fake God. Just saying.
Yeah. And I'm kind of surprised Dignitas has been this good. Like again, I like River and I like Neo, and even though Biofrost isn't a very good support anymore, I figured that it also, that's a great animated film. I recommend it.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, it has the same art style of that Joe Haver guy who makes those videos.
We had an upset this week. Flyquest taking down Team Liquid. It wasn't an upset.
I'm just gonna finish the Dignitas thing, but basically, I like River, I like Neo, and even though Biofrost isn't very good anymore, I knew he would gel well with Neo, and I didn't think Blue would be as bad as people said. I knew he had some positives and Fake. Okay, I thought this team would make 10th, honestly 10th, but it wasn't because of the players, as I said. It's just I thought that would be a horrible macro team and just everything. I thought they would just be shit in all of those areas.
Good job, Bjergsen. All right, guys. Job. Team Liquid versus Flyquest. Flyquest got a win against Team Liquid. Like, why would Team Liquid somehow drop a game to a mediocre team like Flyquest? And yes, I think Takuli and Jose Diodo and Afmaru have been having a great split so far, but they're still a very mediocre team. Bwipo got so many resources this game, so many resources.
As he does all the time, and he does nothing with them.
That's the thing. Like, he got so many resources this game, and he just threw it. Like, I was around, what the fuck am I looking at?
He's not a top laner you give resources to. He's a top laner that he's sort of like Licorice on Cloud9 in 2018 and 2019, basically.
Like, Bjergsen did his best this game. He roamed, he was effective around the map, he got picks. Bjergsen played really well this game, surprisingly. Like, it wasn't Bjergsen, it wasn't anyone's fault beside Bwipo's fault. You get that many resources, the game is in your hands, you have to carry the game. I actually even like TL's composition more than Flyquest.
Yeah, same.
Like, TL's composition is insane. I don't know why people keep picking Veigar. For some reason this week in LCS, people are like, I'm just going to pick Veigar and just lose.
Veigar is a champ for shitty junglers love playing. and it's the only champ they're actually like good with these days. That and like Lee Sin, like seriously, if you look at like LPL and shit, all of the bottom tier teams with players like Shadow, that's what they like to play the most. Veigar and Shadow, and it's the only champions are actually somewhat decent with. And yeah, any other they're just fucking inting. But yeah.
After that, Flyquest have a comeback against Team Liquid because people's brain actually explodes. So
Takuli put himself in MVP contention with this game.
Yeah, I think Takuli, he's a dark horse for MVP over
Summit. Yeah, he would be my runner-up. It would be Summit and then Takuli. If Takuli just wasn't like gapped by other mid laners this season, like he was even gapped by Fudge in the game. If it wasn't for that, if he was also just like dominant in his lane and everything as he was with like carrying Flyquesting playoff contention,
because this is the thing, dude.
Then I would say he's my MVP.
I think if they had any other mid laner besides Takuli, they would look like if they still had Palafox, they would still look really bad with him.
Yeah.
And then now, Flyquest get their upset win over Team Liquid. I don't like Team Liquid should definitely not be dropping games. And then
they made Johnson look amazing. That's sad.
You have the most throw does not begin to describe this game. Throw's not the word. I'm talking like mega cancer is this game. This is some mega cancer bullshit. I even dropped a comment on this video somewhere. Did I? I think I dropped a comment somewhere on this. I had to have gotten more than 4 likes.
No,
right?
it would show up first.
No. It was on another highlight channel. I think it was OPLOL replay or something like that. Well, IMT, their brain, all of the players on IMT's brains completely fell off. They literally ran out of their skulls, went to the highway that's next to the LCS studio, because I've been to it, and their brains stood in the streets to have a fucking truck run over all of them. That's what happened this game. Look how great their early game went. They get the early kill onto Spica. They see him. He gets chunked out. Dredge line connects, and then they use the ignite later on. They kill him. You're a pretty good position right there. You're putting Spica really far behind, okay? Then you don't need to do anything else. All you have to do right now is just keep up your advantage. You know exactly where he's going to go. He's going to go to red. Then Power of Evil. Oh my God. Roaming. Actually doing and pushing his advantage. Killing Spica. At this part of the game, this shit's just over. Like, what are we doing here? Immortals, what are you doing? At this part of the game, it's just OVER over. He died 2 times in less than 10 minutes and lost all of his jungle camps. He has no pressure on the map. And Spica's like, yeah, I'll just come in here and just look at you guys fight. And somehow, some way, TSM get a dragon when they shouldn't have. And Arrow is down 20 CS when they start off this good. Mercy on my soul, please.
But he took the dragon, so he's player of the week, man.
Sean, take over. I'm gonna lose my brain. Please.
I have nothing to say about this game. Let's see. So Jenny goes in. Jenny's going in like, hey, I'm jealous of Contract's amount of
Tactical had flash and could have flashed the dread line upwards, but I'll just flash late for no fucking reason.
Yeah, like I'm jealous of your death, so I'm gonna come in. Yeah, good job, Errol. How did Immortals lose this game with Power of Evil? I want you
guys to see how bad this is. Holy shit, TSM is fucking garbage.
You would have to play so bad to lose to TSM with Power of Evil at this point.
Right here, I'll tell you how fucking bad this donkey shit of a team is. Okay, so they're leaving the Drac right here. Tato should just flash over the wall. If he flashes over the wall, he doesn't get dredge lined. Right here at that wall. Right here. Hi, Rebecca. How you doing? How you doing, Rebecca? Yeah, Fanatics suck, and we're gonna clap your ass this week when G2 plays against you. Hi, Rebecca. G2 are the best. God. And Power of Evil runs down. Immortals are 5-0. Okay? Immortals are 5-0. And they somehow lost a dragon. But whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Because the throws in the LCS are just too strong. This is the moment. I think this is the moment where they lost the game. Right here. Yep, they lost the game right here. So Power of Evil roams up. Revenge gets chunked out because he doesn't kite properly. Then Xerxes doesn't land anything. Then Power of Evil's like, you know what? Hey, Xerxes, let's fight a 2v4. Oh, yeah, baby, let's go. And then they just fucking give over the whole fucking game. What the hell? Sean, please. What was going to... And Arrow is down like 32 fucking CS. Power of Evil consistently getting caught out.
Yeah, I think this was Arrow's last chance. I think they're going to put back Wild Turtle.
You have to play Wild Turtle. This is too much.
Again, this is what happens all the time, though. Like, they have another veteran ADC like Arrow and Mash who are better than Wild Turtle. They genuinely are, but then it's like, for some reason, after the first 3 games, they start struggling and they're always down like 50 CS. They're barely... they show up for team fights. I don't know, like something off with them. So then they put him back Wild Turtle, and then he has his rare pop-off moments from his glory days. So then they're like, okay, we're going to roll with Wild Turtle again. But he's still shit, so then they don't do anything outside of that one time where, where Cloud9 was like, hey, you want to go to Worlds? Here you go.
Arrow played so bad, it made Tactical look good.
Yeah, but on paper, he doesn't look too bad, but no, he was bad.
Look at the CS discrepancy right here. Look at the CS discrepancy. 200. He's 60 CS down.
And remember, he's on Ashe. You should get CS.
Rebecca says, Dave, you're going to get clapped. Your cheeks are going to get clapped this week. G2 destroys Fnatic.
MSK, there's going to be like a fucking Mandingo outside your door to fuck you in the ass. That's what's going to happen in that series. G2 is going to fucking lose, all right?
G2 is going to win. If G2 loses, I'm going to lick my fucking shoe on the next stream. Holy shit.
Well, that's the bet. Okay.
I mean, I'll think about showing up next week to the show if G2 loses. I'll think about it. Now,
okay.
Then right here, this is the fight where Huni gets a quadra kill. No. This is later. Yeah, they dive Huni. This game was horrible. This game was pure fucking AIDS.
Because you don't talk about it. This is the only thing Destiny knows how to do as a support. He just makes sure he runs away and saves his KDA. That's what he does. That's all he knows how to do.
And then Sean goes on the IMT Twitter page and says to get a new support. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and then he blocks me. And that's the only thing he knows how to block. He can't block any damage in game, so he blocks Twitter accounts.
He blocks his team from getting wins. He does a really good job of that.
Yeah. Literally the worst. Your song's better than this.
Good job. They made Huni and Tactical look good.
Mm-hmm.
This is ridiculous. This is just horrible. This is actually cancer.
Yeah, listen, I'm happy for Takeover, though.
Oh, also with TSM defeating Immortals in this game, guys, that puts IMT at the best losing.
So why are they playing in their fucking? Where are they playing in? Are they playing in like a hockey locker room or some shit? That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay, Rebecca. Here's a bet. If G2 lose, I'll take off my shirt for about 2 minutes next stream. For about 2 minutes, I'll take my shirt off
and lick your shoe
and lick my shoe. But Jesus Christ,
no. But if G2 wins, then you'll have to super chat him like at least $2 there.
If G2 win, you have to come on stream and talk to us, and you have to praise G2 for as long as I want you to.
For like at least
and your camera has to be on. Your camera has to be on.
Okay, that's fair.
That's pretty fair. You have to come on the stream and praise G2 for clapping Fnatic.
Yeah, well, I made a bet where I believe it was like fucking with Ashley, I think like a month ago for the All-Stars where now I do think Will Smith has the best chance at winning, obviously, but I just wanted to make a bet, so I did it anyway. But basically, if Benedict Cumberbatch or Andrew Garfield wins, she has to hate on the Dark Knight trilogy for a full week. And if Will Smith wins, though, then I have to praise the Dark Knight trilogy for a whole week.
Holy shit. Jesus.
And then I'm going to make another one with myself where if Don't Look Up wins Best Editing, then I'm just going to like drink myself to death there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So...
Hey. I mean, I don't know if you still wanted to do that watch party for it or if you don't even want to bother now.
So, TSM versus Cloud9 is usually a game that everyone looks forward to. It's always been TSM versus Cloud9, one of the biggest rivalries in the League of Legends atmosphere.
This is a good rivalry, all right? It's basically Shenny versus Blabber who can int their team the most.
Yeah, like, okay, I'll say this for this game. This draft is horrible. This draft is garbage. Why can't C9 play Zeri? What is their thing against Zeri? Like, why can't Berserker play Zeri? Why can't they drop comps around Zeri? Or do they not think Zeri's just a good champion? You know? I don't get it. They don't draft Zeri, dude, and they just outright ban her. Or maybe they think that she's just not a good champion. I don't know. I think they might get exploited about that in playoff potentially. Because this draft is horrible. This draft is some Omega level ass right here. This draft stinks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think it was a TSM gap in this game. I mean, but to be fair.
Well, honestly, I don't like either draft. I think both of them have issues. I think both of them fucking are shit. I don't like them.
Okay, the bet's on. I'll have to be shirtless for 2 minutes. I'll lick my slipper right here. The slipper that I'm wearing. I'll lick it once. Fnatic G2 win, Rebecca. You got to come on stream. You got to talk to me. You have to turn your camera on. And you have to praise G2 for as long as I want you to. And you got to give me your number. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh, shit. Jesus Christ.
But anyway, so listen, Fudge actually kind of played. Like, when I was watching it, I was like, he's actually playing really good. Wow. Then it's like, I don't know what happened, but then he was just like, he was like watching Blabber in all these times, and he was like, I give up. So then he just face checking a bunch of shit, didn't auto anyone, was just running it down like, here, kill me. It's like he just gave up. He saw Blabber in all those times. He's like, okay, yeah, fuck this. Just next, GG, next, next.
I'll say this. I don't like the draft, but Fudge actually played very well. His event horizons were great this game.
Yeah, until he gave up because he saw his team inting.
He saw his whole team inting. He's like, I can't carry this shit. No.
Yeah, and why would you give Berserker fucking Kais? That's not a champion.
They just drafted really bad. That draft was terrible. I was like, they can't win with this.
Yeah, but for TSM, the draft was bad as well, but it was more comfort bad, so that's why they won. And then they also, because, they just inted, but yeah.
This was a game. This game was actually pretty interesting. CLG made it pretty interesting in this game. So
yeah, the rematch, of course.
The rematch of C9 versus CLG.
I can't believe how 2 of their 3 losses this season to the first place team is going to be against TSM and CLG.
That's disgusting. Look at that kick right there, and Blabber does that amazing kick. That kick, I wouldn't say saves the game like Castro said, because they were still winning in CS and advantages around the map. But this kick by Blabber was great. So you have Winsome getting caught up, getting bursted down. Good job, Winsome. Good job throwing, man. And then you have Blabber.
You can't really blame him too much on that. But
4-man kick, Gore Drinker into the fucking Syndra stun, into the Jinx Rocket. CLG's like, okay, we just lost this game. All right, we're done. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Summit played that bad this game, as he said. Like, I think he
played better this game.
No, because like
in the other game he played bad.
Yeah, he had a couple slip ups here in lane.
Oh no, dude, he played it not as good as he knows. I know he can play Gnar better than that.
No. The Gnar game, yes, sure, but Blabber.
This game he played fine.
Blabber inted his lane hard though, but he did. No, I agree with that, but I'm just saying I don't. Just like the one game where he died 5 times in lane because the other team kept camping him. So of course he's gonna die that many times. He didn't actually play that bad.
The thing here is teams know if they don't shut him down, he's gonna take over the game, and that's valuable. People don't understand that's literally a valuable thing.
Yeah, when that happened though last year with Alfari, people were like, "Oh, Blabber's just camp, babysit, and fudge whole games." Like, no, that's called shutting down the best player. All right, if successful ganks like that were so easy to pull off, they would just do it all the time. Like, fuck off. But no, Summit, he didn't play that bad. This was a good engage. He had many great plays. There was just a couple slip-ups in lane when he was, owning Jenkins, and the 4th death was kind of bad. But other than that, no, he played as good as always. Again, people need to stop looking at the depths. Of course, he's going to die a lot. When teams are trying to shut him down.
He's the best player
they're literally just going for him, targeting him.
He played this last team fight great when he flashed upwards and went and did the slicing maelstrom as he saved it. That was a really good thing he did. And
I mean, I want to. What's your opinion on Winsome? In the rankings for supports?
I see his potential, but it's hard to rank him. I think he's the 4th best support.
Well, yeah, that's where
roughly about that.
Well, I would do it.
I think Vulcan's played better. I think Core JJ's played better. I think Alea's played better when Alea was playing. I think he played better.
Well, my rankings right now, I would go like Vulcan, Core JJ, maybe I was gonna say Afromu, maybe.
Yeah, dude, I'll say Afromu, Core JJ, even Alea, but he's not in the league right now, and Vulcan. Those are 4 players right there that have over him. I think Winsome is good.
Well, I would put Winsome, number 4, but
like I see his potential, but he has these off. He just needs more work. That's all it is.
I don't think he's had that many off moments. Like if you look at him on paper and in games, like he's pretty smart. Like even when he gets caught out and stuff,
he's as impactful as the other support.
Well, sure, but he's done his job. He's not supposed to be impactful when you have like Berserker and Blabber and Summit.
100 Thieves guys also having a bounce back. They're on a win streak.
I did predict it. I did predict them.
They have, because the strength of schedule got a bit easier for them. They're actually on a 4-game winning streak, because this game was actually close. Abadake did the whole Dragon Steel with the summoner spell swapping out. That was pretty cool to see. Now, it's games like these that should make teams scared of 100 Thieves to a certain extent, because they're not bad. It was so off to see them bad. Like, the players are not terrible. I don't know what the fuck were they smoking earlier weeks of the split, but they're like, you know what? Okay, we're off our drugs. Time to start playing League of Legends. Abadage actually having his only good game of the split so far. I was like, what the fuck? I like the 100 Thieves composition. I thought the drafts were on both sides were both good. It's just they just had different ways of how they actually wanted to play out the game. EG, do you think EG are a bit overrated, or do you think they're just as rated as people see them?
I mean, sorry, you mean, what do you mean by that?
The way they came, how people were talking about them coming into the season compared to their results right now, would you say the hype for them was justified?
No, but I can see why. But like, people need to remember, like, okay, Inspired's obviously excellent, yes, and in lock-in he was like killing it, but gotta remember he had like so many issues on row for a little bit. Before he won MVP, and then after he won MVP, he was struggling. He got fucking jungle gap by Blabber at Worlds in that in that second game, and then the tiebreaker, and then and then Jojo Pion, obviously a rookie. Danny, I mean, I love Danny, I love Vulcan, but obviously issues in lane, and then Impact. I mean, he's great, but he plays. He sort of like sticks to the same 5 champs. So like
Danny is not the best laner, but in team fights, he's awesome in team fights. Like
I'd say Danny's like maybe the
best team fighting ADC.
I would say he's like the second best ADC in the league, or third.
Yeah, Danny's actually had a pretty good split. Like, despite his laning issues, he's had a good split overall.
Like I would say Berserker is the best ADC, honestly, and then Hansama.
Oh, dude, Hansama's been great. I probably have him as my number 1 ADC. He's been fucking fire.
I just think that Hansama isn't perfect when it comes to like being an all-around player, while Berserker, if you look at the little resources Cloud9 gives him, and then he does the exact same job Hansama does in most games. Like, I would put Berserker slightly above him right now, and just because I wouldn't put Winsome above Core JJ. I don't know if I would put Fudge above Bjergsen, and I don't know if I would put I don't know. I need to find, because I need to have 3 players I would say are better than Team Liquid for since they're in first place over them. So,
and right here, as you guys see, Immortals 7-game losing streak. Donkey shit of a team. If they finish bottom over TSM, that's impressive in and of itself. That is literally impressive, because TSM are at the bottom of the fucking split, the regular season part of the split, the whole time. That's ridiculous. And TSM actually went 2-0 this week. Holy fuck. I mean,
if we put Dignitas in if we put Dignitas 9th, and then Immortals 10th, CLG 8th, then the standings is looking about what I thought it would.
Yeah, these are about looking. Sure,
basically just swap TSM with Dignitas, and this is pretty much what I predicted.
you think TSM is going to have a 3-0 week, guys? Because it's time to do predictions. It's crazy.
Even if they do, like
the LCS 2022 Spring Split Week 8 predictions. It's almost over, guys. It's almost over. That's crazy. We were just at Week 1 a while ago, and now it's almost done with spring.
I mean, honestly, go down for a second.
Match of the week, baby. Let's get it.
Go down to the third thing. Okay, well, I mean, saying 100 Thieves has had their off moments, and then it's CLG, and then maybe Steve will be like, hey, let's int this to make them make playoffs. Easy opponent.
Oh, Ryan, what's up, man? Yeah, Jojo Pion has many issues, man. I hope he can fix them going into the playoffs, or next split he becomes a more all-around player that they need.
Again, I wasn't high on Jojo. I just thought that he's like he was just middle of the pack academy mid laner. When I watched him play games, I wasn't as high on him as other. I just thought, again, like, he's a 17-year-old. He's getting all these resources. He's getting placed on this team. He has like the best like player growth coaches in the LCS. It's like there's no way he won't grow into at least a good mid laner this split. I thought, like, come on, there's no way.
But he's still been good. His laning phase is actually pretty soft. His laning phase has improved a little bit each week. Mm-hmm. He has been given resources, but the issue with giving a player like him resources is it's pretty much up in the air if they can carry a game at all.
Mm-hmm.
But predictions for week 8, I'm gonna go. Oh, Team Liquid. They're gonna drop one. I know TL will drop one of these games. And I think they're gonna drop one of TSM, maybe. So TL, okay, so I'm gonna go Team Liquid, Evil Geniuses, Cloud9, CLG, and 100 Thieves. That's Friday. After that, I'm gonna go Team Liquid, Evil Geniuses, Cloud9, CLG. So I can't stand if TSM win. Then Flyquest, Sunday, 100 Thieves, EG, Cloud9, Golden Guardians, and the last game of the season, Team Liquid should win it. Yep, TL win it. All right, Sean.
Let's see. Okay. Team Liquid. Yeah, EG. Cloud9. Immortals. And 100 Thieves. Then let's go.
TL wins spring. Nope. Cloud9's gonna win spring. Let's go. Going to the side, baby.
Let's go. Dig. GG. Cloud9. CLG. And Fly. And then go down. And let's go. Dig. EG. Fly. GG. And TSM.
Well, the match of the week to look out for on Friday.
You're like, this guy's smoking crack. I gotta make it wild. I can't do basic predictions. I need to go wild.
No. Oh yeah, Ryan, we talked about it. Yeah, Bwipo got so many resources, and he just threw the game for them. Like, it was set up for them to win that game, and it just wasn't in the cards for Bwipo that game.
Yeah, match of the week to me would be, honestly, EG versus Fly.
That's for Friday, yeah.
Yeah, and then, honestly, like,
100 Thieves versus TSM is interesting.
CLG versus Immortals is a match of the week, though, even if it's not, like, top teams, because, like, this is going to be, like, whoever loses this game, honestly, that's going to, like, this is a must-win for one of these teams, because that's pretty much they're out of playoffs. Like,
this is the thing.
If Immortals loses this, they're out of playoffs. If CLG loses this, then they're basically out of playoffs. But if they win this, that's huge.
Dignitas have the hardest strength of schedule. They play all the top 3 teams. Cloud9, 100 Thieves, and Team Liquid. And if you guys don't remember, EG is 0-6 against the top 3 teams. That's with the 100 Thieves playing like shit this split. That's bad. That's really fucking bad. Yeah. Friday, best games to look out for are TSM versus 100 Thieves.
No.
EG versus Flyquest.
Come on, not TSM versus 100.
Every game with TSM is a banger, man.
I mean, it could, if 100 Thieves looks as bad as they did in the first half, then sure, I'll say that's a match of the week. Otherwise, honestly, Immortals versus CLG
is a more interesting one because it's basically their last chance to get up to standards enough to try to make a playoff run, especially for CLG, because then they face TSM and EG, which is rocky. So it could make them go 8 wins.
Saturday, you have Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves is the best one to look out for. Oh, El Asico, guys. TSM versus CLG. El Asico, let's go. Let's get it. Golden Guardians versus EG is pretty interesting for playoff implications to have the seeding, actually.
Yeah, I do Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves, so, but...
Sunday, C9 versus Flyquest. That should be the best one to look out for. The thing here is TSM can make playoffs, but only if a lot of different scenarios pan out their way. But it's very unlikely Dignitas make playoffs. They faced the top three teams, and EG have been 0-6 against.
Yeah. This is what I will say. If by the first 2 days, he has COVID, but anyway, by the first 2 days, if TSM still has a chance to make playoffs when we enter Sunday, then I'll say it's a match of the week with TSM versus Team Liquid. Only if they still have a chance. If they won the first 2 games and they're, like one of the teams are still at like 7 wins, then I'll say that.
If TSM make playoffs after this Super Week in Week 8, I will literally record myself jumping off of a bridge with no rope.
Same, but remember that one guy said he would get a TSM tattoo on his ass if they make playoffs?
That's Oh, if you guys are, I know this is not really an LEC episode, but if you guys don't remember, LEC playoffs kick off for the LEC 2022 Spring Split playoffs, kick off this weekend, actually, and you are going to be getting a match of the week. The match of the week with the LEC is obviously G2 versus Fnatic. Like, having G2 versus Fnatic to kick off playoffs on the second day, it couldn't be no better. Couldn't be no better right there. Saturday.
It's tough. Should I go with the team that I am sort of a fan for and the team that I want to see upset win-ons to say another fuck you to Adam? Or do I want my prediction of G2 and S tier to be right?
You guys know my predictions were Rogue win against Misfits 3-1, G2 win 3-1, and Excel beat Vitality 3-2. Those are my predictions.
I think I predicted, Fnatic 3-1. Misfits,
Broken Blade's about to clap that ass. Wonder, I don't know what crack.
3-2.
Dude, I don't know what crack Wonder's been smoking, but he's not beating Broken Blade.
Yeah, whatever. Sorry. And then, Misfits 3-2, I said. And then I think I said, what? I think I said, with the third one, it's either going to go 2 ways. Either we'll go like the Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves match in summer when they got them 3rd seed with perks. It'll be something like that where they just lose the first 2 games and then they just go wild for the next 2 and they pick up 1 and, just Excel will prevail just because of their better like team, just chemistry and stuff, or it will be just perks cleaning out the trash. Either one out in like 5 games or so.
I think a lot of people are gonna favor Team Vitality, and they're gonna just have literally. It's a thing a lot of people do with players they like is that the players you like will automatically be fucking, winning the series because of player name alone. It's like no. Like,
and don't be surprised if this third match goes like a 3-0 for either team.
I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised if Team Vitality loses. They look like dog shit.
Don't be surprised if they lose 3-0 or if XL loses 3-0. Honestly, this match will go either way. Like seriously, any result, this match is going to be wild.
It's a match of the week.
No.
Oh my god! This is the thing, dude. Is like Team Vitality, they did nothing good during the split. Like I don't get why people think it's gonna be a landslide for them. They literally played like shit. All split, they played like shit. Most like the the most convincing wins they've got were like against Misfits, like just randomly, you know? Oh yeah, T1 had an 18-0 split. That is also true. That's going to be a scary team to go up against if they make it to fucking MSI 2022.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I hope Damwon can pull off the upset and win against them.
Off.
But Birdall is so fucking trash. Birdall is so garbage, man.
No. Clean up the trash with fucking
Damwon is gonna win LCK 2022 spring. T1 is overrated trash.
Okay, yeah, but anyway, I haven't seen the other one yet, so don't spoil who won between Drake and X versus.
I haven't seen that one. I got a chance to see Fred.
All I know is that it went to 5 games.
I only saw the Damwon best of 5 because Fred and Brion beat them at the end.
I just wanted them to win one game.
People were like, "Yeah, Fred and Brion, they beat Damwon." I was like, okay. Let's just go to the playoffs.
I mean, they did actually just outperform Damwon in that series. It wasn't Damwon purposely.
Birdall is so fucking trash. I'm like, why I'm like, Damwon, you could have picked
Why do they keep cutting him on like a collie?
Well, it's the thing is like, dude, why would you pick up Birdall when I know there's plenty of better LCK top laners in probably their fucking challenger teams, backup academy teams than Birdall.
Because he's
garbage.
Because he was like 17 years old. He played at Worlds for like Genji and like 3 of the
I remember that,
groups. And it's 18. Like they're like, okay, he's like an up and coming top laner. We can like gel him into like the player we want him to be, I guess. But I don't know.
Guys, that's it. I gotta head out, and I'm gonna go actually watch the movie X by A24. I'll be reviewing it probably tonight.
It's very, very good. Yep. I mean, it isn't one of the better A24 films. It's just in the good ranking. Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of great A24 films. So when an A24 film is just like a good 6 out of 10, does its job, that's more of like the lower middle part of like their fucking lineup. So, but hey, it's still very good.
So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go watch X next week for the Cloud9 podcast on Thursday around whatever time I had it for this one. Not saying it's a guaranteed time, it's just around at the same time. I'll most likely have it because I gotta watch Morbius next week, and then after that I have to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We'll have our own LEC 2022 spring split, all pro teams, MIP and MVP.
Yeah, we're gonna have all of our, like, I don't know if he's gonna do it for the Eastern leagues as well, like LPL or LCK, but yeah, I'm gonna have the all pro teams for all 4 major regions. I'm gonna rank all 10 of them in each role in each major region. I'm gonna do all that, and then crown like an MVP for each. It's gonna go do all that. Like, do you think Rookie deserves MVP in LPL?
Definitely. He's been playing amazing. He's been playing out of his mind. It's crazy is that like people thought like IG was just like, this is the thing, because a lot of people deem success through like, I guess, having really good years, right? And people only saw that one good year out of him, even though I've been watching Rookie for a very long time. He's always super talented. It's just super nice to see players like him consistently outperform people's expectations and still show them why they're world champion. He's a world champion for a reason. He's not shit. There's a reason why people compare Rookie to Faker,
Yeah,
but
I don't know who wins like MVP though in LCK. Honestly, like, do you have to give it to somebody on T1?
Kyria, he's played him.
That's true actually. Kyria,
the games that I've seen from T1, Kyria's
he is by far the best support. That is true. They could give it to Kyria, but
Kyria's been on fire.
But when it comes to the most player of the games, Canyon has it by far.
Oh, last thing I'll say is Rebecca. The bet is, if Fnatic win, I'll have my shirt off for 2 minutes on stream and I'll lick my fucking slipper.
You already said that.
But if I win, G2 win, you have to come on stream with your cam on. You have to talk to us for as long as I want you to. And you have to praise G2. As G2 is the best organization.
MSK, you've already said this like 4 times. Are you just afraid she's going to back out of the bet?
No. I'm afraid G2 is going to lose.
No, if you keep saying this to her, then she's going to back out of the bet.
No. Because G2 is going to clap Fnatic so fucking hard. It's not even close. Come on.
Okay, then.
El Clasico.
Again, I'm not wrong with my prediction, in my opinion, because they have the potential easily to be the S tier team and #1 in the league. It's just their chemistry is not good, and Caps, and it was with an asterisk of if Caps at least returns to being a top 3 mid laner.
I'll still stand by this. I'll still stand by this. If Caps does somewhat come back to form, they're still they'll be a scary team.
Yeah, like again, if G2 had the same team chemistry Rogue did at this, like in the first half of the split, then they would be S tier. They would. Like what? Target Moss is a top 2 support. Yankos is a top 2 jungler. Broken Blade's a top 2 top laner probably. Caps, yeah, and then fucking, I mean, Flyquest, I would say is like a top 5 ADC.
Yeah, because this is the thing.
When comparing all the roles, they have the most top players, in my opinion.
This is the thing. They have the highest potential for their players, because I don't think Flyquest. I don't think it was that bad. I think it was
No, he was great.
Yeah, he was pretty. Yeah, he actually.
Yeah, people hated on him just because he was on loose and teams in Spain didn't get a chance. So they're like, "Nah, he's bad." It's like, what the fuck?
I thought he actually had a pretty good overall split.
Yeah, I mean, I would have taken Han Sama over him, but he's still great.
And yeah, I think a lot of the games that G2, they could have had a lot more wins. They threw a lot of the games. A lot of those games were throws. Like, if you go back and watch a lot of those games, a lot of them were throws. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot what's the one thing called, like, Uprising, whatever that, like, league thing website is.
Oh, dude, I want you to retweet this.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, but they did their own, like, pro team thing for the top 3 of each role. And I honestly think it was spot on. I agree with it completely. Like, yeah, I guess, honestly, Odo Omni actually was the best top laner this season, I guess. I just didn't think of him as like the best because he's not a carry top laner. But thinking about it more, he actually was. I was wrong. He was.
It's just the thing with the Team Vitality roster, dude, is like people need to understand. If you have players, quote unquote, of that caliber as a super team, they need to perform. The fact that Perks performing well against Astralis was surprising to people just goes to show you how much people will make excuses for a certain player on a certain team if they're not actually performing to a certain expectation. Like, people are like, oh my god, look at how Perks was super clutch against Astralis. And Perks actually had a pretty good split overall. I think Perks had a great split. I think he's probably like top 4 LEC mid laner, actually, which is pretty good, surprising how bad he played in the LCS, actually. But to see, like, Karzi run it down, Lebrov literally just loading up a game and losing for their team. Selfmade's brain off the whole fucking split so far. Alfari gets a lead, but does literally nothing with it. Absolutely nothing with it. He does. You know? Like, if they lose, people are like, oh my god, how did Team Vitality lose to Excel? It's like, if you've been watching the games, like, Excel, they don't do anything that much better either, but at least they have a game plan. Team Vitality just looks like they're a bunch of solo queue players just playing. That's it. That's just what it looks like. I don't think they have any reason to be Excel at all.
Yep, well,
what do you think happened to Mad Lions? It's a combination of losing Humanoid, who was, as we see right now, who's been performing well on Fnatic. Humanoid was a very, very big contributor to Mad Lions' success, as we see how well he's played on Fnatic. Though I do think him playing on Fnatic right now, we don't really get to see Humanoid at his peak yet, you know?
Well, it's a combination of two things, in my opinion, like as you said. Number one is that because, again, I still thought Armu played solid overall, and I still think Elyoya is great. I think Unforgiven was great, and I thought Kaiser was still great, even though he didn't look like it. But that's what happens when you're a support on a losing team. It was solely they were still a B tier team, in my opinion. It was just solely Reeker that dragged them fucking down. Otherwise, they would be B tier if they still had Humanoid. That, and also the fact that they were never that great in the first place. Like, all right, like Rogue really entered the spring split, and then in summer split they got fucking pretty lucky as well. Like, they were never like this super team that safely won both of their splits. They were literally the worst fucking team in Group D. They made it out because of Icon. They were the worst team and Tactical, but they were the worst team in Group D. and they also weren't good at MSI. Honestly, if Cloud9 was actually consistent at MSI, they would have made it out instead of Mad Lions.
Because the thing with Mad Lions is the reason why they didn't do well the split. Bad macro. The things that actually made them good. Good decision making around Rift Heralds and Dragons, and when knowing to take team fights and actually setting up objectives. None of that existed. And people need to understand the reason why none of that was going to exist is because you actually take in Reeker. Reeker was by far and away the worst mid laner in the LEC. He was horrible. He is fucking terrible. He's literally the fake god of fucking mid laners for the LEC. He lost every counter matchup. He lost every matchup for champions he specifically would opt into during draft. He can't play weak side. He can't play strong side. I get it. He's a rookie, but that's a big step down compared to what Humanoid offered them. Now, I get what some people say. You have to give him time, but he played bad. He played really bad. I think.
Well, what I will say, he played better in like the last week or 2 weeks. He actually didn't play bad, so I'll at least give him that. Otherwise, though, he played terrible.
You also had Unforgiven. I think Unforgiven actually is good. I think Unforgiven is an upgrade over Karzi, but Unforgiven and Kaiser need to get synergy down pat to really get their lane going. If they get their synergy going, they're going to be a really good bot lane, which I think Mad Lions actually might be good coming into summer when they kind of fix some of the issues. But if Reeker stays as shitty as he did this split, they can't make playoffs again. He got like Renekton one game, I remember. Got ganks, did nothing with them, and then lost. Like he's just completely awful. Then if Armut didn't get ahead, they didn't really do anything around the map. Then there was games where Aloye would be ahead in jungle proximity in terms of like being around the map, getting objectives, out jungling his opponent, but there's no lanes he can play through because they never set him. He was never even able to set up his laners either. They had a bunch of problems. But this is what I'll say. They should be in playoffs right now over Team Vitality. They played better in the Super Week over Team Vitality. It was just unfortunate they lost more games than they needed. If they had won a lot of the close games, this is the thing. If they hadn't lost those games to SK Gaming, they most likely make it in playoffs over Team Vitality. I genuinely think by week 8, they were better than Team Vitality. Team Vitality had that one last lucky, easy win against Astralis because it was the last game they had. I generally think Team Vitality should not be in playoffs. That is a horrible thing for the LEC. To have them in playoffs over Mad Lions, who actually outperformed in playoffs, who had Mad Lions outperform them in week 8, which is ridiculous. But then again, that's just League, and comebacks are a thing. The whole comeback thing now is for League, Everything is a comeback, apparently, But I'm glad, to be fair, Mad Lions needed to not make playoffs, so their coach, Mac, can kind of understand that, it's cool to, build up new players. That's fine. You can build up new players. There is nothing wrong with that. But the issue here with that is you can't always find diamonds in the road. You know what I mean? You can't always find that, though. A lot of these LEC orgs try to always do that when you don't really got to do that. You could just buy a veteran. That's good.
What do you mean? X-Matty is fucking sick.
Goodbye. So, I just don't really get their philosophy when it comes to certain things. You didn't have to opt in for a rookie. You could just bought Nisky. But they're like, well, money's an issue. Guys, to be fair, we'll never know what is an issue or not because these people lie to us. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say, if they had the money and they didn't get Nisky, they deserve to fucking not make playoffs then. Or Jensen or whoever the fuck they decided, because Reeker, he's not it, man. He's not it. If he does not improve, the summer split coming up after MSI, get a new guy. Just stop it. Just get a new guy. Kofta! What's up, man? What's up, dude? How you been doing, bro? Nice. What's up, Kofta? How you doing, man?
Yeah, anyways, but I have to go now because Phil Melidus is going to want me to do something in 8 minutes.
I got to head out to watch this
movie.
I'm
just going to say quickly, though, and this isn't League of Legends stuff, just some guy actually is trying to defend Jared Leto's Joker right now. And so I just replied to him saying, did he give you a reach around to say this?
Oh, dude, people are acting wild on Twitter over that one Joker scene. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy
I like
right,
it.
guys.
Like I
Peace.
honestly like it. I understand if others don't though, like, or if they don't think it's Joker, but I think in the universe though, it fits in the universe it's going for. That's what I'll say, and he did a good job with it. It isn't anything amazing though, and I understand if people don't like it, but yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you next Thursday. All right, guys, peace. Way of Life Esports is signing out. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you watch the replay, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.